In example 5, we're going to solve using the quadratic formula. We're going to again give an exact answer and an approximation to the nearest hundredth if there is one. So we have 2x squared plus 3 is equal to x. And the very first thing we have to look at is this equation set equal to 0? And this is not set equal to 0, so what we need to do is move this x over to the other side. And to move that over to the other side, all we have to do is subtract x from both sides. If we look at the left-hand side, we have a 2x squared, a 3, and a negative x. There are no like terms here, but when we rewrite this underneath here, we want to do it in the right order. So we want our x squared term, then our x, and then our constant. So it stays with the ax squared plus bx plus c. So we have 2x squared, then we'll do the minus x plus 3, and now that's set equal to 0. This just makes it easier to find our a value, our b value, and our c value. So let's list those values out. A is our number in front of x squared, so a is 2. B is the number in front of x, so b is negative 1. And c is our constant, so c is 3. And from here we'll look at our discriminant. And remember that discriminant is b squared minus 4 times a times c. So we have negative 1. Remember, those negative numbers have to be in parentheses before you square them, or you will not get the right discriminant. Minus 4 times our a value of 2 times our c value of 3. Go ahead and plug this in the calculator. You can pause it if you need to, and then make sure you get the right answer, which is a discriminant of negative 23. And from here, if we know that we have a negative discriminant, that means we have a negative number underneath our square root. So if you think about that quadratic formula again, let me show it to you. X is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And remember, this negative 23 is a number that gets replaced right underneath that square root. And we've already learned that we can't take square roots of negative numbers, which will lead us to say that this answer is no solution. So whether you're finding exact answers or approximate answers, there is no solution. Next, after doing the last few examples, I'd like you to do a try this. So it could be like any of the last 3 examples that we've done, so make sure you take a look at all of them. So you can pause it now and unpause it when you're ready to check your answer. If you did this one correctly, you should have gotten your discriminant to be 113. If you didn't get a discriminant of 113, go back and fix it and see if you can come up with the right answer. If you did the exact answer correctly, you would have gotten 1 plus or minus the square root of 113 over 8. You can list this separately if you want to, so you could say 1 plus the square root of 113 over 8 and 1 minus the square root of 113 over 8. And then your approximate answers should have been 1.45 and negative 1.20. If you have questions, let me know.